Justin was a 16-year-old boy who lived in a small coastal village called Dusk Harbor, where the houses huddled atop the rocks as if afraid the ocean might swallow them at any moment. His heart bore a scar that would never heal. His father, Captain Elias, had been a man who loved the sea more than the land. On a fierce winter night 10 years earlier, Elias had embarked on his final voyage in search of Blue Coral Island and never returned, leaving behind his young son and an old compass that no longer pointed north, its needle forever trembling towards an unknown destination in the depths of the ocean. Justin spent his days sitting on the beach sand, watching the waves crash violently, imagining they carried secret messages from his father. As the years passed, this imagination solidified into certainty. Then, one perfectly still night, when the moon was full and poured its silvery light upon the water, Justin saw something he had never seen before. The compass he wore around his neck glowed with a faint blue light, and its needle began to move. Steadily towards the horizon, the boy knew the time had come. He prepared his small boat, which he had built himself over the course of a year, and named Echo. He packed a little food and water and a great deal of hope. As the first rays of dawn appeared, he pushed his boat into the water and set off through the thick fog that enveloped the village. In the first days of his journey, the sea was eerily calm, as if testing his patience. Justin talked to himself and to the birds circling above, describing to his father how he had grown up and how his mother had become strong despite her grief. On the fifth night, nature began to bare its teeth. The sky darkened with clouds like mountains of coal, and the wind began to howl like hungry wolves. Justin found himself amidst giant waves as high as the houses, and he had to fight with all his might to keep his boat afloat. In a moment of despair, when a crashing wave threatened to sink him, he remembered his father's words. "The sea does not defeat those who respect it, but tests those who love it." He gripped the helm. He closed his eyes, surrendering to his intuition rather than his fear. When the storm subsided, he found himself in a strange part of the ocean, where the water was warm and emerald green, and the fish swimming beneath his boat shone like stars. The compass was spinning wildly, indicating that the destination was nearing. Suddenly, a mysterious island emerged from the water, surrounded by forests of coral-like trees growing over the land. Justin docked his boat and walked on its soft white sand. The place was filled with an awe-inspiring silence, as if time had stood still for centuries. Justin walked among the old, wrecked ships that the waves had cast ashore on this island, until he saw a small hut built from decaying ship timbers. In front of it sat a man with a long white beard, his back to the sea, gazing at the distant horizon, waiting for something. Justin approached slowly, his heart racing with every step. When he was just a few meters away, he uttered a single word that had been stuck in his throat for years. "Father?" The man turned slowly, his eyes holding the blue of the sea and the depth of years. When he saw the boy, the compass, similar to Justin's, fell from his hand, and tears welled in his eyes, which had not known tears for a long time. They embraced for a long time under the sun of that forgotten island, and his father told him that he could not return, because the island was protected by magical currents that allowed no one to leave except those who possessed a compass that worked with love and loyalty, not with iron and magnets. They spent days talking about everything they had missed, about the village that still awaited them, and about the mother who had not lost hope. With the help of the father's knowledge and the son's hope, they were able to repair an old ship that was moored there, and together they set off on the journey back, facing the perils of the ocean once again, but this time as two, supporting each other. When the lights of Twilight Harbor appeared on the horizon, the villagers had gathered on the shore, hardly believing that the lost star had finally returned. From that day forward, Justin was no longer just a boy searching for his father, but a living legend. For generations, It is about patience that defeats the waves, and about love